Now, you've been at this for a while. How long?
Yeah, I've been shooting for over 30 years, which is, of course, because I started when I was 4 years old. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I started off as a newspaper photographer shooting in high school for the local newspaper, and kind of got hooked. So have been at it ever since.
Cool. What is your core viewpoint in terms of photography? Any particular principles that you kind of live by?
I think the essence of being a photographer is discovery. So I think one of the great things as a photographer is you get a chance to experience something new every single day. And I think one of the great things is to be able to tell people stories through a fresh set of eyes. I may be photographing somebody who's been photographed 1,000 times before, maybe the first time they've ever been shot for a magazine. And no matter who it is, I want that picture to be really special for them, because that's their 15 minutes of fame. It's like, for some people, it's like a continuous life of fame. But if you're photographing the guy and it's like it's the only time they're ever going to be in a magazine, you want that time to be just as special.
We look in your toolkit. What are some of the secret ingredients in there?
One of my favorite lenses for portraiture is a 24-70 zoom. I shoot with Sony, and they have a beautiful Zeiss lens for Sony that's the perfect focal length for doing portraits. It's because I can get a wide shot of somebody with 24mm and then come in for a tight, intimate portrait at 70. So it's sort of like every lens that I want is in that range. 24, a 28, a 35, 50, and a 70. Those are the most useful lenses that I use all the time. So if somebody held a gun to my head and said you can only shoot with one camera and one lens, it'd be the Sony A900 and a 24-70 2.8 zoom. So that's really my workhorse lens. Now I'll shoot with everything from 85s to 135s if I want something tighter. Sometimes go a little bit wider than that, but I think for the most of the times, if you're doing portraits, having that range where you can go from a wide angle for a horizontal environmental portrait to coming in tight and doing an intimate portrait. And I like to shoot portraits with a little bit shorter than conventional telephoto lens. Typically, portrait lens would be 85, 105, 135, but I love the 70mm because it lets me get that much closer to the subject. It still flattens out the look enough that you can come in tight on a face and not get distortion, but you're in here talking quietly to the subject instead of standing on the other side of the room with the 200mm lens going, that looks great over there. So,
real intimate.
Yeah, it's like I just like being in close to a subject where you feel like you're talking with them instead of barking out directions.
Brian, thanks for joining us on Advancing Your Photography.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Be sure to subscribe to our blog now to stay updated on my show, and we'll give you tips and insight to keep advancing your photography. Also, check out our guests' website for a closer look at their work. Tune in to our next episode of Advancing Your Photography for an inside look at another photographer's world. Until then, this is Marc Silber reminding you to get out and capture your own images of life.